Last night's election caused a turnover at Criminal District Court in New Orleans that hasn't been seen in decades.
7 of the court's 13 judgeships were up for grabs. 1 will go to incumbent Judge Lori White. 6 others were newly elected. Natasha Robin has the story.
You're looking at almost a 50% turnover in the court.
6 of the 13 criminal court judges are newly elected. In Section L, Angel Harris beat incumbent Franz Ziblich. In Section D, Kimya Holmes wins. In Section E, Rhonda Goody Douglas beat her opponent. In Section G, Nandi Campbell won with 75% of the vote, and Juana Marine Lombard will be the new magistrate. Raphael Goeneche of the Metropolitan Crime Commission says it's clear voters wanted change.
We just haven't seen a change of this magnitude in decades in criminal district court.
The primary change that we're seeing on criminal district court is that, number one, it's going to get more female because all of the elections last night were either won by a woman or a woman ran first in the race that's going to a runoff. Secondly, the court's about to get a lot younger. You see a younger generation of attorneys that are now becoming judges.
Dillard University professor Dr. Robert Collins believes the judges will act more independent on the bench.
Most of the judges on criminal district court over the past 50 years have come from a small group of political organizations that have basically controlled that court for decades. So here you had a slate of independent candidates.
On the campaign trail, the candidates touted criminal justice reform and fixing racial disparities.
I think a lot of the candidates were talking about issues that were focused on the offenders and not on victims, witnesses, and the public's right to safety. So we're going to have to see how that plays out going forward.
You have a more progressive set of candidates who are now going to become a more progressive set of judges.
Goeneche points out the newly elected judges will be facing some tough challenges ahead.
We're still in the throes of the pandemic. There has not been a vaccine. So you can't convene juries. We're seeing the jail population increase. We're seeing the docket size of the courts increase in all of this because no cases have been processed. So the judges that are being elected are going to be challenged in ways that we hadn't seen since Hurricane Katrina.
All of the judge seats have been decided except for one. There's a runoff for the Section K seat. That will be decided on December 5th. At Criminal District Court, Natasha Robin, Fox 8, Local First.